Today we are watching the first ever NFL game in Brazil. This is the first time the NFL has made its way to South America, and for a very good reason. NFL International reported that Brazil is the third largest international fan base with 36 million fans, just behind Canada and Mexico. This is pretty wild when you consider the fact that the NFL has been having games in Europe for well over a decade. Brazilians are buzzing with excitement about the game being held in their home country, but Packers and Eagles players are not sharing that same sentiment. AJ Brown said he's not leaving his room. Josh Jacobs said the team will be followed around with armored vehicles. Devontae Smith chose not to comment, and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson questioned if the game should even be played. And they may have a point. Just this week, Brazil had huge wildfires. They banned the use of Twitter, and the U.S. Department of Safety put out a travel advisory noting to exercise extreme caution in Brazil due to crime. On top of that, there are rumors circulating that it's not safe to wear green, which happens to be both teams' primary color. We'll see about that. So we decided to travel 5,000 miles to get boots on the ground to truly see what a Brazil NFL experience is like. We went to the first ever NFL game in Germany, which ranked #1 out of 105 Snapback experiences. And we also went to the most recent game in Mexico City, which only ranked at number 61. So now it's time to see where Brazil ranks out. We're in Sao Paulo at the Corinthians Arena. This is Snapback Experiences, our journey to find the greatest sports experience in the world.
Here we go, room tour. Beautiful downtown Sao Paulo. Unfortunately, no break between toilet and sink, so I'm gonna be you're gonna be showering. It's just how it goes.
I thought we booked two beds.
No, I purposely booked one bed, me, you, and the Rizzler.
It is officially 4 hours till game time, so we just got ready to head out to the Corinthians, but I got a text from my friend who said he left 3 hours ago in an Uber and is still not at the stadium. So that has put us in a tricky situation. Now we have to take the subway, and for the first time all trip, I'm feeling a bit uneasy. I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull the camera out, show you that the ride was okay. Hopefully we'll see you on the other side, but we gotta get to the game somehow.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, that's for to refill, I think.
Dude, we're in serious trouble.
We cut off the camera here because we thought we were in serious trouble, but local Brazilian and new Packers fan luckily came to our rescue.
We've made it to the stadium. Shout out Luca. Luca saved the day. And I'm wearing green, as you can see, because Luca explained to us all that stuff was completely false. Obviously, it is true when Palmeiro plays at the Corinthians, but when it's an American game, an NFL game, there's absolutely no problem. The subway was nicer than the New York City subway. All my uneasiness is out the door, thankfully, to Luca. So right over there is Corinthians Stadium. Right out front is a tailgate spot. So they have an all-inclusive tailgating. And the coolest thing we've seen so far is the Brazil soccer jerseys, but in the Packers players. The other coolest thing we saw was the blue alternate Jalen Hurts jersey.
I hate the Eagles fans, but you also love them. If you like ingrain yourself and decide like I'm gonna just be an Eagles fan, they're the GOAT. Like I think Eagles are my second team. Stamp it.
All right, let's go find some Packers fans. What have you thought about Brazil?
It's awesome, man. Honestly, like all the chaos and the scare tactics. I've loved the people. Yeah, it's been awesome. So
we had a meeting yesterday. It was like a whole bunch of don't do's, and I'm just trying to go down there, win a football game, and come back home. After hearing all this stuff, you know, I'm probably gonna be in my room.
Why do you think the American media was telling lies about Brazil?
Brazil is not as safe as America, like most of it. But I mean, if you compare to Philly, no offense to Philly, okay?
Probably to scare the players more so than anything.
Americans don't have the opportunity to come, to visit, to see what's the country really about, you know?
And are you a NFL fan?
Oh, I'm a Cardinals fan since 2008.
Wow, and you got the Pat Tillman jersey.
Yeah, for the history.
So would you rather the Broncos and for you the Saints win a Super Bowl or Brazil wins the 2026 World Cup?
I don't care about the World Cup. Bro, Nick, give me the Super Bowl, man. I beg of you, just give me the damn Super Bowl. I'm tired of the pain.
Have you met any Americans besides me?
Oh yeah, I have a very good friend, Jay. He's from Florida. So
what do you think about America?
Oh, I love America.
Yeah?
Yes, I love the USA. I have a dream to watch the Super Bowl live. So I mean,
the Cardinals playing?
That's something I don't want to talk about it. So.
Who's your favorite Saints player of all time?
It's gotta be Drew Brees, I think.
I assume yours is Peyton Manning.
Gotta be Von Miller, man.
Von Miller.
I mean, it's your favorite player.
My favorite player is Marlon Humphrey. Do you know him?
Yeah, I know.
Did you see what he did?
Yeah, I mean, it was not. Yeah, was not good. When he got touched last night, I was actually pretty happy. Xavier Worthy, thank you so much, man. Keep fighting the good fight, brother.
So I do a podcast with Marlon Humphrey.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You also you can send me to him.
Yes.
Marlon, you better watch what you talk about Brazil, my man.
I'm a little bit less angry than him,
We are very prideful people.
but it wasn't cool what you said.
We are not to be messed with. Keep Brazil's name out of your mouth.
Like something we do in the soccer stadium.
All right, teach it to me.
Don't say I taught you.
Okay.
Anyway, you're just gonna say, hey, J Brown, vai tomar no cu. Something like this, you know.
Va tomar no cu.
Don't keep saying this like out loud. It's not something. Inside the stadium, okay?
Okay. Say what you just said to me.
I love NFL international games. Honestly, I hate America. Everyone is mean and miserable and makes up. Everyone here is so nice. They couldn't be more excited to welcome us here. They couldn't be more excited to have the game. I love Brazil. Everything the Eagles said. AJ Brown.
You gotta take that jersey off.
Vata Maka. It means AJ Brown, go yourself. And we're chanting it till night ends here tonight.
So we're walking the stadium right now. We've had an incredible experience with Luka, literally saving our lives, getting us here. The American media lying and the ostracizing and the scare tactics, insane. Never felt safer. Subway was clean. People are nice. Like, yeah, don't be an idiot. Walk around with your phone out, with jewelry hanging out. Like, sure, but you wouldn't do that in New
You
York
mean like
City.
me holding this camera out just to...
Are you nervous at all right now?
Not at all.
So we're not gonna wait in line, looks like about an hour wait, but one thing we caught in this sneak peek was that team jerseys, they're selling all teams, and if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. People living in Brazil, they don't have an NFL shop down here. They could obviously buy online, but they get to get one in person. Who would you get if you were a Brazilian fan? I mean, they got Justin Herbert jerseys there.
Jesus. Who would you get?
I'll get that one.
He literally choked to throw to Zay Flowers last night. Comment on it. Comment on it now.
We've talked to the Brazilian fans, and now it is time to head inside and see what that stadium looks like.
It looks so nice. That's marble. Not expecting that.
Easily the best part about soccer stadiums is usually there's not a bad seat in the entire house. So we're, in theory, in the top level. Every single seat in this stadium is at least an 8 out of 10. First ever game in Brazil is underway.
And Alexander matched up. Oh, Hurts fumbles the snap. Green Bay's right there. They jump on it.
What's your first touchdown play?
Luke Musgrave in the game, 3rd and inches.
Oh my God.
Making 31 on the last drive. Ferguson is 2 for 2. Hurts looking the other way. Lofts it. Barkley, end zone. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Pushes 4 yards. It is Reed on the jet sweep. Reed showing off the speed inside the 20. He could go, and he will. Jaden Reed. Barkley.
Trying a pork shoulder at the NFL game in Brazil. All right, you try this. I'm a little confused. I think it's got teriyaki. Is that possible?
I think it's amazing. I don't really taste teriyaki. There is a brown sauce, but I don't know what this is, but it's great. That's my only thought. The pork shoulder you saw was getting chopped up fresh. That's fire.
Before heading back in for the second half, we got in touch with Luka so we could pay him back for saving our lives on the subway.
Luka,
Yes.
You saved our life. Thank you very much. But how did you become a Packers fan?
His fault.
Yeah.
His fault. First game that we watched was a Packers game. I fall in love for the team. It was natural, man. It was something natural.
When I approached you, what was your first thought? Besides these stupid Americans?
I just trying to help you.
Yeah.
Was he hiding his pockets? Was he like this?
No. You both are a nice guy, so I was just trying to help.
I appreciate it. What we do in America, I give you this. You guys have a great time. Beer, food, just take it. Just take it. Just take it. And also, please forgive Marlon Humphrey.
Down in 7, Hurts with time, lofts it over the top. Brown's got it. Here goes A.J. Brown. Blinding speed. Brown. Touchdown.
I literally said AJB, double move.
On the road to victory. Saquon Barkley could be going for his 4th tud of the night. He may need to move to Brazil. This would be the best game he ever plays in his life.
Hurts flushed. Hurts directing traffic, looking end zone. Oh, it's picked off.
Jalen Hurts has the most interceptions in the Southern Hemisphere in the history of the world.
Love delivers, incomplete, and the Eagles in this battle of heavyweights start the season with a win.
What a game, what a night, the first ever game in Brazil for the NFL. We're headed back to America to give our full Snapback experience score. We'll see you in the studio.
We had so much fun in Brazil. We spent the next day exploring what the city of Sao Paulo had to offer and came across Ibirapuera Park, which for 2 New Yorkers was Central Park on steroids.
Park is insane.
They had everything from bike riding, basketball, soccer, beautiful scenery on the water, restaurants, cafes, and so much more. We were blown away with just how nice this was and spent almost our entire day exploring.
This is certainly one of the most beautiful places Snapback Experiences has ever brought us in my entire life. I was a skeptic with all the other skeptics, but boys, this paid off.
We've made it back to North America and we are back at the Snapback Sports Studio. Time to rate out our experience in Brazil, comparing it against our other NFL international games of Munich and Mexico City. See where it rates out. Starting with fans and atmosphere, that got a 7.3 out of 10. That is a strong score. They brought a lot. They booed the Eagles, which I thought was amazing. They were singing their songs loud. They sang the national anthem really loud and proud, which gave me the chills before the game started. But again, it's none of their real teams, so it doesn't get that loud on like a 3rd down, but overall, a very good crowd, and everyone we met at the game was super nice and super fun to be with. Next category was food, which got a 6.6 out of 10. Jack didn't really like the sandwich, so I did most of the eating as I usually do. I thought the sandwich was really, really good. I mean, you saw they were chopping that pork fresh on the grill. It was about as fresh as it gets at a stadium. The only thing is they didn't have the line situation figured out much, so a very rare food review where we only tried one item, but the item was good. 6.6, I think, is a fair score.
I was also bummed we didn't get to try some of the stuff. The kebabs, like more Brazilian food. But it is always cool when we go to these special events. We did India-Pakistan cricket. They have food that's catered to the event. Same thing here. The next category is uniqueness. This scored a 9 out of 10 here. First game in Brazil. What else can we say? We didn't have any extra access. We didn't have player access. We really didn't do much outside of attending the first NFL game in Brazil, which is why it didn't reach a 10 or a high 9, but a 9 on uniqueness. That's always going to pump up the score, which is why I said to Casey off the air, what if we went back to Brazil? Where would this experience rate? We wanted to rate this experience overall much, much higher, but we have to take into account this was the first one. The second time it might not be as unique. And our final category got a 6.4. This was highly debated between us off the air before we came to a conclusion here. Casey wanted to score it much higher. You love the park. You love the people. and you loved the game and the stadium. I was less high on those things. I think what Casey got confused with was expectations. We thought it was going to be dangerous. The people were so nice. We thought it was going to be a headache getting to and from the game. It was super easy. We thought the stadium might not be the greatest stadium. It was beautiful when we walked in with the marble. So we kind of tempered it down from what Casey had. I came up. We met in the middle.
Is the gameplay rating versus other football games we've been to, or versus all gameplay across all sports? Because any football game is probably going to be better than, essentially outside of the Cubs walk-off, better than any baseball game we go to. So that's something that we're going to need to needle down.
I don't know if I agree with that, right? We've actually been pretty lucky to see some great gameplays.
All right.
So that leads us to our final score. Drum roll, please. And we land at a 7.14. That is the same exact score as the Alabama Crimson Tide when I was down there for Texas versus Bama. It's right above the Pittsburgh Pirates and New York Liberty. How do we feel about that score?
I don't feel good about it. For me, this was easily a top 10 experience, whether it's just because of how unique it was. Maybe we need to change our weighing of our rankings. Uniqueness may need to be more. I thought it was a top 10 experience. It lands at 24, which I think is harsh. The fact that it's near a Pittsburgh Pirates game just feels like outlandish.
It does, but Brazil was great. Over expectation, was not my favorite place I've ever been in the world.
Sure.
We are comparing it to a few things here. Munich, number 1 on our list, 8.92. Was it close to that?
I think so.
Was it close to Mexico City, which ranked in the 50s?
Not close to Mexico City.
And you just did Dublin. Make sure you check out that video here. That got a 7.91. That was 7th all time.
Yeah.
Was it
I would
that
say
close
this
to
experience was just marginally under Dublin.
I just don't think I had that much fun with you. So that's our score. Make sure you guys check out that Dublin video. Hit the subscribe button. We will see you next week.